one is this, so it's a Latina entrepreneur in Lawrence. I met her in 2019, and she was just, it's her company is called Synergy Contracting. They do environmental remediation. But I met her because she was working at a company where she was practically running it, and she had no trajectory, right, for growth there or for ownership. And she said, you know, I have no future here, so I'm going to start my own thing. And what struck me is that she wanted to start it as a union business, right? So this is a construction company. And I said, why do you want to start it as a union? She said, because I want to give back to those employees that come to me and come with me. And so she's now, got through the COVID crisis, employs over 32 workers. Half of them are women, Latinas, right, from the Lawrence area. And they do, like, it's remediation work, it's environmental cleanup, it's like the dirtiest job, right? So think of the exposure that they're putting themselves in. But she's paying union wages and union benefits. Um, I love her because she's in this male-dominated sector, and she's trying to change the way that, women are perceived. But she's also pushing the sector, right, to do more for small construction companies like her to be able to grow. Everything from, advocating for bonding requirements that are more lenient, and advocating for the state to develop a bond fund, right, to support small contractors. So she's both dedicated to quality jobs, breaking gender barriers in her sector, but also employing, right, deep from her community. The other really cool story is there's a Latino brewery in Hyde Park called Roundhead Brewing. And right now, breweries, right, a lot of them are starting to close. But what is exciting about Roundhead is, we invested really early on when they hadn't even opened yet. And they developed, at the time that we were considering the investment, there is a restaurant portion, right, of the business, and they were going to employ tip wage workers. And what I love about our investment committee is that they push us, they challenge us around certain kinds of practices. So some folks may know tipped wages it has roots, right, in post-slavery. And we said, what can we do to avoid that, right? We don't want to make this investment if they can't change the compensation model. And so they came up with this innovative approach to charging an administrative fee in every check to be able to pay employees a living wage. So that's one, but also avoid the tip wage, low wage, structure. And so they've become a model for that, of how you can actually change, a compensation system that is so extractive to workers. The other thing is that their building and their location has become a community anchor, a space for folks to come and convene, but also for creativity and the arts. And so they had the chance they're doing so well, they were able to pay us back and other investors back, but they really wanted to own their space because there is risk. They were at risk of getting displaced. And so last year they were able to purchase their building, and now they have a permanent home. And that in and of itself, right, creates stability for having this now anchor in the community, and not, have the risk of them, having to move out. So I think I love the fact that they've demonstrated, right, that you can become profitable enough that you can not just create great jobs, but also own an asset, right, that then creates a community anchor.